Hey everyone, how you guys doing today? Now, using smartphones has become such a big part of our lives. Now, when most people wake up, and I do this too, I'm surely positive that a lot of people, the first thing that you do is reach for your smartphones. Now, people fully wake themselves up by checking the messages they received while they were asleep or looking through the news feeds on their Facebook or all the other SNS sites. Now, my question to you is, how do you wake up in the morning? Listen to upbeat music in the morning is a great way to wake yourself up. And the music can give you positive vibes, which can help you start your day with a smile. So, why don't you set your alarm to one of the songs that we suggest for you today. And today we're going to start our show off with Amy Winehouse's song, Hopefully It Can Wake You Up. And the song is called Rehab. Yeah, that was Amy Winehouse with Rehab. And right now you guys are tuned into What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, a couple of reminders. If you want to send us a tweet, you got to follow us on Twitter first. And to do that, our Twitter is at TBS What's Poppin'. Also, if you have an email that you want to send us and just want to say what's up, the address is efmpoppin@gmail.com. And if you're interested in our playlist, please come check out our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/EFM/what's poppin'. But for now, a word from our sponsors. LOL, ABCD, BPTT, BLMG, everyone. It's time for today's pick. Now, I did that on purpose, and you'll see why shortly. When you text your friends, are there situations that you don't really understand what your friend's saying, even if you guys are using the same language? As I've already given you a hint in the beginning, the topic for today's pick is acronyms. Now, type less and have the conversation going faster on the internet and on your phone, people started using acronyms, which are combinations of letters. And I'm not talking about just guys who live in Korea, but I'm also referring to everyone across the globe who's listening to our show right now. It's because the acronyms are used in various languages as well, not just English or Korean, but for every other language in the world. And for me, I'm not really familiar with the Korean acronyms because it's not my mother tongue, if you know what I mean, because I wasn't born here. And even if the language is your mother tongue, you need to keep up with the trend and learn them. For example, did you guys know that 뻑가충, do you know what it means? Yes, it sounds very curse word-esque, but it's not. It means bus 카드 충전, meaning recharging your transportation card or your bus card. Yes, I know a lot of kids shorten words and they use just the beginning of each word, and it's confusing. I'm confused still till today. A lot of TV shows, they did the same thing in Korea. Now, let me give you guys more examples of English acronyms. CUL stands for see you later. AEAP stands for as early as possible. OJ stands for obviously orange juice. G2G, got to go. BTD, bored to death. BFN, bye for now. ATM, at the moment. ETA, estimated time of arrival. Yes, there's so many. So, what's your opinion on these acronyms? Do you think it's good and should be used every day in your everyday life? Now, I think it's good to know what they are just so that you don't miss out during, conversations with other friends, so you're not the weird one from outer space or whatever. But I think it's the best to use proper formal words instead of acronyms. And sometimes it gets frustrating because I don't know what the acronyms actually mean. I'll be like, I think I know this one, but you kind of don't because you see a whole sentence and then at the end of the sentence, you see like an ABCD. You're like, what's ABCD stand for? See, people come up with so many acronyms. But either way, we have a great song for you guys since we're talking about acronyms. This group, their name is LMFAO. Obviously, we know what that means. But we have a great song to pump you up, and the song is called Party Rock Anthem. That was LMFAO's Party Rock Anthem. It's a great song. It makes you want to go dancing or do the shuffle, of course. Now, this track was released as the first single from LMFAO's second album, Sorry for Party Rockin', back in 2011, and includes lyrics from Rick Ross's song, Hustlin'. Now, Party Rock Anthem is mostly an electronic composition, and the song is anchored with the spoken word line, Every day I'm shuffling. Now, the music video for Party Rock Anthem amusingly presents a world in which no one can stop shuffling. Ireland. And the video features the dancers performing the Melbourne Shuffle, which quickly gained popularity in the United States. Now, the song was a great success, and the single went to #1 across the globe, including Australia, Brazil, Denmark, France, the United Kingdom, and the United States. And the song reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the duo's first #1 hit in the U.S., and remained there for 6 straight weeks. Now, worldwide, it was the third best-selling digital single of 2011 with sales of 9.7 million copies, and it is also the third best-selling digital song in U.S. history. Wow. Now, back in 2012, the cast of The Big Bang Theory, funny show, made a flash mob during the live taping of an episode featuring the song along with others. So why don't you guys go online, check it out, and let us know what you think. Text us, email us, whatever it is more comfortable for you. And moving on to our next song, we have Wildflower, which is also a fast beat track, of course, making us want to dance as well. So today, I hope you guys are having a great time with all these upbeat tracks. And the song's by CeeLo Green, Wildflower. That was CeeLo Green with Wildflower. And I'm dancing right now. Now up next is a song called Slave to the Rhythm by my favorite artist of all time, the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Come on! Now Slave to the Rhythm is the 5th track of Jackson's second posthumous album, Escape. The song was written and recorded in 1991 during sessions for Dangerous. Of course, that was one of my favorite albums, but it didn't make the final cut. Now in 2010, a version of the song remixed by Tricky Stewart was leaked online, and this remix remains unreleased officially. A clip of it was played on the Ellen DeGeneres show in weeks before the release of Escape. And the song appeared on several notable music charts due to digital downloads and streaming. It was performed live at the 2014 Billboard Music Awards with an illusion technique called Pepper's Ghost of Michael Jackson. Now, Pepper's Ghost uses plate glass or plastic film and special lighting techniques to make objects, seem to appear, disappear, become transparent, or to make one object morph into another. And the song debuted at number 45 on the Billboard Hot 100. And this is Michael Jackson's posthumous 50th entry on the Billboard Hot 100. So obviously, we got to listen to it. It's my show, and I want to listen to it. And it's going to be the last song for the first half of our show. This is Michael Jackson with Slave to the Rhythm. Welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin' with your boy Brian Jew in the studio. Soon we'll be back with our Tuesday guest, Mr. Joe Park, for a segment called Chop, Loop, and Reverse It. And you know what that is. It's when we talk about sampling music, going back to the roots of some of the tracks that we play for you guys here. So if you want to find out, keep that radio dial at 101.3. But for now, a word from our sponsors. Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to Chop, Loop, and Reverse It, which is our Tuesday segment with our go-to guy, Joe Park in the studio. Yo. How you doing, Joe?
Doing good today.
Well, I'm going to thank you first off, because last week we have a new guest for Thursday. And apparently he told me during our recording session, he said, yeah, I got my job because of Joe. I don't know. Do I sound like him a little bit?
A little bit. He's got a real low voice.
And I'm talking about our new Thursday host, our guest, our go-to guy, which is Elmo.
Yeah.
And we all assumed that was like his fake name or his stage name, but that's his real name. Yeah. That's the name his mother and father gave him when he was born. Yes. It is not because he's red and furry. Because it's not. That'd be weird. That'd be creepy. But, yes, he really knows his stuff. And he did something different, because most people bring an artist to the table, but he brought the producers of the track, which I thought was very creative. And I was thinking, why didn't Joe do something like this?
He's sampling.
Anyways, you are here for Chop, Loop, and Versus, which is going back to the roots of some of the tracks, talking about sampling music. And the first artist that you're going to bring to the table goes by the name what?
He's a fairly new artist.
All right, and I'm picking on you because he's got a very unique last name, and I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Eric Sade.
Okay.
Yes.
And the song is called?
The song's called Popular.
Popular.
Yeah. And this song was released in 2011 off of his second studio album, Sade, Volume 1. And this album won a Scandi Pop Award, and it hit #1 on the Swedish album chart.
What Pop Award?
Scandi Pop.
Oh, that sounds very scandalous.
Scandinavian.
Sure, I want a Scandalous Award.
Yeah, Scandi Pop.
Scandi Pop.
You know, Scandi Pop.
Sick and tired of fearing all these people talking about.
Whoa. Hello.
Do you know that song?
Hello, NSYNC.
Oh, yeah. That was my favorite boy band back in the States.
Really? More than Backstreet Boys?
Nah. I mean, I like Backstreet Boys songs, But I felt like skill-wise, they had Justin Timberlake, man, and sync.
Yeah, JT.
JT was the man.
Yeah.
Yes. But we're not talking about JT right now. We're talking about Scandy Pop. Scandy Pop sounds very scandalous, but
Yeah.
yes, like you said, their song hit #1 on the Scandy Pop charts.
Yeah, so he's
he's Swedish album charts.
Yeah, he's a fairly new artist too, and he began his solo career in 2009. And he's a Swedish pop singer.
Okay.
And he's only released 4 albums so far, and he's done about like 4 tours internationally. So.
And how many albums has he released so far?
Yeah, it's just only 4 albums, and
that's actually a lot since 2009, though, for us up and coming artists.
it's like once a year, basically.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
So he's not a new artist. He's fairly new.
Yeah, he's fairly new, and he's been nominated and has also won a lot of Swedish and European awards.
Okay.
Nothing crazy in the States yet. And he's a very young and talented artist who has like a long, promising career ahead of him. And Sade actually began writing songs at the age of 13, and then he later signed a record deal at the age of 15. Wait. When were you signed, if you want me asking?
Let's
How did they come and pick you up and be
signed?
like,
I would have to say when I was 18.
18.
And then I first came to Korea when I was 19, and the album dropped when I was like 19 or 20. So, yes. And that's Korean, and I got confused because I was thinking like Western age and Korean age. So, yes, 1920-ish is when I first came out with the album.
Wow.
But, yes, it's not like in the States where, you know, a record label sees you and you just get signed. I had to do like a filtering process of auditions in the States. And then the casting director found a label for me. And the funny thing is, during the interview, because they ask you, like, oh, what groups do you like in Korea? What label do you think, or do you wish that you can go to? And I told them, I was like, you know, back in the day, I was a huge HOT fan.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I really like HOT and Shinhwa and SES. I would love to go to that label. And all of a sudden, the casting director didn't tell me which label wanted to see me in person. But he just tells me, he calls me, he's all right, I found you a label that wants to see you in person, but to do that, they want to see you in Korea.
Oh.
And I was in high school, man. I was like, I ain't got no money. Dang, I'm from the ghetto. And he's like, no. They'll pay for your flight. And I was like,
snap.
Oh, shoot. So even if I fail, if I don't get signed, I get a free vacation.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I told my parents, I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm going to take a vacay to Korea, to the homeland. Because my parents were against me being a singer. So at least I can bribe them to let me go. You know, so I went to Korea, did my audition thing. And then finally, on the last day before coming back to the States, they're like, look, we like you. We want to sign you. Now I'm like panicking. I'm like, what do? I got to call my parents because I'm a minor. They have to sign the contract with me. What am I tell my mom and dad? Like, oh, I came to Korea for an audition, but eventually I had to. And they were so proud because they found out that I was with a big label.
Oh,
and finally I found out, I was like, even when I got to the label, I didn't know because they didn't have like signs like they do nowadays.
Yeah.
Like companies are smaller. And I saw the sign and I was like, oh, I'm with this label. And I remember on the 3rd or 4th day when I was auditioning, Kangta Hyung walked in. I was like, oh my gosh, it's HOT! Oh my God! My heart literally dropped to the floor, and I was like, and the lady who was doing the audition video for me, she goes, oh, what's wrong? I goes, I'm about to have a heart attack. I was like, why? Because I just saw Kangta. And she goes, oh, yeah, he comes here during this time to practice. And I'm like, oh my God! I'm at that label! And I'm so freaking happy.
Wow.
And then they wanted to sign me, so I was even happier. But enough about me and HOT. We gotta listen to the clip.
Okay.
All right, so let's check out the clip that Eric Sade used to make his track right now. Wow. I don't know that song. Why are you laughing? You're allowed to laugh out loud, man. This is our program. There's no rules in my program.
I was just laughing because you were just dancing to it.
I was thinking some Bollywood sounds. Yes. But it's got a very indie-ish sound. So, give us some information about the song.
This song was released in 1978.
Okay.
Off their second album, Night Flight to Venus.
You never introduced who sang it or the song. You said
my
there.
bad.
We bring Elmo on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
The group is Boney M.
Okay.
And the song's called The Rasputin.
Oh, Rasputin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And this song was released in 1978 off their second album, and it's called Night Flight to Venus.
Okay.
And the song is a semi-biographical song about Grigory Rasputin, a friend and advisor of the Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. So it's very...
Did you just say Tsar? Isn't it T silent? Isn't it Tsar?
Tsar?
I don't think that... Yes, y'all.
Oh, no.
If you're tuning in right now, Joe Clark did his original thing. He said Tsar. Yes, it's like saying knife.
Yeah, okay. Tsar. Tsar. What? Tsar.
Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. Yes. And the song talks about what? If you know
the song talks about Rasputin being like a playboy, mystical healer, and so on. So it kind of goes out there a little bit. And Boney M is a vocal group that formed in West Germany by record producer Frank Farian. And
look at you trying to sound all professional, Farian.
You're gonna forget every name. And the 4 original members were all Jamaican-born singers. And the group hit commercial success around the late 1970s.
Oh. Well, I think I've heard of Boney M, but I never heard of Rasputin. But now I'm curious what Eric Sade used, what part of the song he used for his track. So right now we're going to actually listen to his song. And we're talking about what song again?
Popular.
By Eric Sade. Alrighty, that was Eric Sade with Popular.
Yeah.
And now we're moving on to the next artist. And Joe, who you got up next?
They're called Little Mix.
Little Mix.
Four
that sounds
girls.
like a new mixed coffee brand in Korea.
No. Little Mix. I don't know why they call them Little Mix, but...
And the song's called?
Little Me.
You said how many girls?
4 girls.
So it's 4 little...
UK.
So it's a girl group from the UK.
Yes.
Okay.
And, this song was released in 2013 off the second album, Salute.
Okay.
And they're pretty new as well. They haven't been around the scene. And the album was largely co-written by Little Mix.
Okay.
And they're going for more of a mature R&B sound compared to the first album. And the album debuted at number 4 on the UK albums chart and went number 6 on the US Billboard 200. And selling about 40,000 copies in its first week.
I've never heard of this group.
And so Little Mix is a UK girl group that formed in 2011. And they're currently signed to Simon Cowell's label after winning the 8th X Factor in 2011.
That's why. I haven't seen X Factor in a while. And if it's Simon Cowell up in the UK, of course they're going to be backed up big time.
Yeah, and so they're basically like the next big, Spice Girls of our generation now. It's
okay. Or the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, the Spice Girls chart number 5, but Little Mix beat the Spice Girls, and they debuted with number 4, making them the first ever British girl group to debut that high in the US charts.
Oh, if a Scary Spice hears this, she might wreak havoc on them. You know what I'm saying? All you Spice Girls, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And I want to hear the clip right now. So let's check out the clip right now. Alright, the funny thing is, this is a very classic track, you can tell.
Yeah.
And I know this song, I just don't know the name of the writer or the song composer. So introduce the song a little bit.
Yes, it was written by Gabriele Fare.
Okay.
And he's a composer. And the song's called Pavane in F-sharp major.
Wow.
Yes.
I have a feeling you actually pronounced everything right in that.
I don't know, I'm kind of feeling good. Don't jinx it now. Don't jinx it.
Coming up in the world. Alrighty. Now the song. Give us some more information about it.
It was written in 1887, and it was originally a piano piece, but it is better known for its orchestral version.
Okay.
And this song has been sampled, remixed, used for many movies and TV shows. And there are a few different versions of this piece, as it was imitated by the writers and different interpretations, but, they all still give credit to the original.
They should.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
They didn't write it. Okay.
And Fauré was one of the best French composers of his generation, and his musical style influenced many of the 20th century composers.
Okay.
And, his music has been described as linking like the end of Romanticism with modernism of the second quarter of the 20th century. And, when he was born, Chopin was still composing.
You said the name right, but you sounded so...
What?
You weren't sure about the name. Chopin, yes.
Yes. So he was still composing. So that was back in the day. It's like, how crazy is it to be like
back in the day when I was young, I'm not Gabrielle Fare anymore.
Yeah. And
Yes.
And sadly, during the last 20 years of his life, just imagine this, he suffered from increasing deafness. And as like a
deafness?
Yeah, and as a musician, like
scary.
If that happened, that would just be catastrophic. Like
I feel like that's happening to me. No joke. Like
what?
I feel like
No,
from way back
don't say
when
that.
till now, and I have a hard time hearing people sometimes. Like sometimes I get this ring in my right ear, and then it goes away after like maybe like 5 to 10 seconds, and it freaks me out. I'm like, uh-oh, am I going deaf in one ear? So I got to get to the doctors and find out what's going on with that.
Yeah.
But enough of me and enough of Gabriel Fauré. We're going to go back to Little Mix, and we're going to listen to the song and see the comparison and their style when they use Gabriel Fauré's song. This is Little Mix with Little Me. Yeah, that was Little Me by Little Mix. Great song.
Yeah.
Very, sounds original because they kind of use Gabriel Fauré's track and they kind of added some oomph to it. Like boom, boom.
Yeah, groove, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
I enjoyed
beatboxing now,
it.
are you?
You were my son. I don't know why I'm up on this Justin Timberlake thing today. His
Song with
songs.
the Scandi
I didn't even
pop.
listen to his song recently, but it's in my head.
Sticks with you.
Sticks with me. Good music. Yes. But guess what, y'all? It's time to wrap things up for Tuesday morning. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in right now.
Yes, thank you.
Joe Park in the studio. Joe, thank you for bringing some great information on tracks that we didn't know
It's my
about.
pleasure. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. And thanks for pronouncing the names right.
I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting better.
Getting
Please.
better at it. Getting better with it.
Thank you.
But for now, we're going to end things with a song by Yeah Boy, and the song is called Can't Get Enough. And on behalf of Brian, Jew, and
Joe Park.
we signing off. Peace.